I received an overwhelmingly positive response to a video I posted yesterday about the future of this channel. Now, today's video is going to be a fairly short one talking about helpful graphics for the game, and it's sort of a community spotlight. Now, today's video is going to be about helpful graphics for the game and how to find them. But before we jump into that, I do want to take a second to explain a little bit more what the plan is for future videos on the channel. And I don't want to overshare yet because I want to make sure that I can actually execute on the plan. But the overall goal for the channel going forward is to provide you with basically 5 content buckets. So the plan is to provide tier list videos, not just my tier lists, but also reactions to some of the best tier lists that have been put out by the community. We're going to do guide content, so we'll continue to do sort of a beginner's tips series that I've been working on. We're going to be doing a monthly review of the PvP meta. We're going to potentially do like a lore deep dive once a month. I plan to try to do team overview guides, so not just like a champion deep dive specifically, but also those team deep dives. And we're also going to do bleed strategy, which kind of goes hands in hand with those team overviews. Basically, we'll be talking about kind of if you want to pull for a certain team, this is the way that you would do it. We're also going to be doing deep dives on specific champions, so we'll continue with the Whale or Skip series. And then as a continuation of that, we're also going to start looking at some of the mythic and legendary champions that go with those mythics that are those limited mythics that are coming out in the bleed. Obviously, we have the podcast with Unstable Gamer. That's going to continue on a monthly basis, and we're looking at maybe doing some bonus episodes here and there, but definitely going to continue with one episode of that a month. And then there's going to be sort of a speculation day once a week where we do the weekly update coverage and we talk about anything that we think is going to be coming based on what's been added to the game. And then finally, the thing that I'm most excited about is a community spotlight. So I really want to make sure that on a regular basis, I'm spotlighting other content creators, other players in the game who have really good rosters or have really good game knowledge. And then I also want to do some roster reviews on the channel. So not just my roster, but also rosters of fellow players. I get a lot of questions on my Discord server, and I see a lot of them out in the community of, hey, I'm a new player, how do I build this team? Or, hey, I've been building for a while, like, did I screw my account up? Or, like, how can I fix this, situation that I'm dealing with? So I want to provide some roster reviews on the channel. I'm not going to do a ton of that, at least not with my long form content. Maybe if I do any streams, we could do additional roster reviews as well, but we'll see how that goes. The point being that I really want to focus in on community spotlight videos on a go forward basis. And one of the, I think, maybe exciting things for you guys is I want to offer up at least once a month, so every 3 or 4 weeks, the opportunity for fans to kind of vote and decide what the community spotlight is going to be, or like what the video topic is going to be. Ultimately, I want this channel to be as engaging with the community as possible, and I want you all to feel like this is our community and not just mine. So really excited about some of these changes to the content schedule. We'll see how everything goes this month, and then we'll take it from there. Now, the main topic for this video that I want to cover before we go is helpful graphics, infographics for the game, and how to find those graphics. Now, if you are not a member of the official Discord server, I highly recommend that you join it. I know that the official subreddit for the game is fairly active as well, so there's going to be a lot of graphics and crossover over there. But a lot of the biggest creators for the game, they're going to be cross-posting to Discord as well, and I think most people use Discord as their daily driver for the game. So there is a normal guides section on the Discord, but that one tends to get flooded with things that aren't exactly as curated as they could be. And so the community management team has opened up this place called Guru Guides on the official Discord. Everyone has access to it, but only a limited amount of people have the ability to post there. And the Guru Guide section is designed for basically the best of the best. So guides that are from people who are spending a lot of time trying to come up with the best information possible for the game. Obviously, I post my content there, and I have slacked off on doing a lot of guides myself because I've found that there are a lot of people out in the community that are super talented. They spend a lot of time on one specific niche and they get really good at it. And honestly, I would rather spotlight those graphics and those creators than, try to push graphics myself that frankly might not be up to snuff all the time. They might not be the best graphics in the world because I am spending more time on content creation and the website that my friend and I are developing. With that being said, I thought we would maybe scroll through and take a look at what's in here. And then in the coming weeks, we will end up taking a deeper dive at some of these graphics as we see some of them that are incredibly impactful or helpful. We'll be featuring some of those on the channel. I envision this part of the Community Spotlight series being kind of a monthly thing. And I think basically once a month, we'll take a look at one or two of the creators and their graphics, and we will maybe react to some of the things we like about them. And then the hope is to actually bring a few of those creators onto the channel for either video interviews or audio interviews where we can hear a little bit more about the way they view the game, and we can maybe ask them questions about the specific types of content that they make. So one guide that you guys are already intimately familiar with because I push it on this channel a lot is the Justice League of Discord tier list, and that's something that's a collaboration from several of us on the beta servers that we've opened up to the entire gaming community. So if you haven't already done so, you can get access to the Justice League of Discord server by scanning the QR code that's on that graphic. So definitely make sure you're doing that. And also, there will be a review of the latest Justice League of Discord tier list coming in the next few days. Look for that content probably sometime next week. One thing that I'm super excited about, I've been talking to a couple of people who are doing these. I personally used to make a ton of character cards for another game that I played, and it's a really fun thing. I just don't have time to do it. We've got Tavoka, who has been working really hard on a set of character cards for several of the factions in the game. He's trying to get them out for every single champion, and then we'll probably be curating those over time. So you're going to see things like, the legacy pieces you should be using, the types of teams that you should be building with it, a little bit of a blurb about, what makes the champion good or bad, sources, recommended teams, best game modes, etc. We've got Toki, who is working on some bleed calendar graphics that kind of tell you if you start on a new server, which champions are coming to the bleed in which weeks, and kind of helps you with planning your roster and like who to pull for or who's available to pull for. And I believe he's going to continue to update these as we get closer to the reruns that we know are going to be coming down the road. So definitely, take a look at these and follow Toki for bleed calendar information. Obviously, I do have my bleed strategy guide, and probably be trying to collaborate with Toki and others on making sure that information remains up to date over time. We've got other folks like Tavoka has his on legacy piece tier list. We've got, I know Bolivar makes a combat cycle tier list, and he makes a ton of other helpful guides. I think he actually just got one of his guides on Bat Family published by the community manager, so congrats to him on that. We've got Devotion with a duplicate points guide here for mementos. Obviously, you can see all of my guides here. Tavoka just updated his base appointment guide. He and I collaborated on that one in the past, but he's taken over that one. And Chloe made a really good graphic for this one if you haven't already seen it. Definitely really helpful for people who are just starting out in the game. Looks like Solo Leveler has put out a store spending guide, and he's got, I think, a free-to-play version and probably a spender version as well. So looks like that one's got a ton of little helpful graphics in it for you if you're interested in that one. We've got Ravenheart, one of the other mods for the game, who is working on a transmute stat guide. I'm hoping to heavily feature that one at some point this month. I'm going to try to convince him to jump on a call with me and talk through his thought process with his transmute guide. There's actually also a spreadsheet that he's maintaining that's incredibly helpful and has a lot of information that you might find beneficial for your playthrough. And then, we've got, last one that I'll mention here, we've got Flatline, who is doing sort of lore type content, a lot of information about the mementos and kind of like what you can expect to receive when you open memento boxes. So really cool to see that coming out. Really like the lore content. That's, again, I mentioned that's probably one of the things that I want to focus on at least once a month, is some of that lore. Maybe we can talk to Flatline a little bit and get them to tell us a little bit more about some of the lore for this game. I think that will do it for this video. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a taste for what's available in the Guru Guide section of the official Discord. And again, I plan on doing deep dives into specific content as we move forward. So obviously this was more of a precursor to the future videos that are coming. The ones that I put together for you in the coming weeks are going to be actual content that you can digest and use for your game and the decision-making processes that you have. I'm really excited about the future of this channel and what I'm hoping to accomplish with it, and excited to have you all along for the ride. If you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if not, I'll hopefully see you on the next video.